So guys, 5 things I learned this summer. Summer 2023 was very eventful for myself. It actually changed so many parts of me and it actually was so painful. I just want to share this trauma with you so it won't be that hurtful. The first things I learned this summer is the preparation is the main part of the journey. I actually started to going on some conventions actually lately, and I just realized that it doesn't work the same way for me. I haven't been on convention for like 4 years. And whenever I prepared to them, I was always like, oh, everything will be fine. I was pretty lazy. Maybe because I haven't traveled for a long time, I was prepared so badly, and I just realized that it's so important for me to imagine how it will be, imagine which events can happen and how can you prepare to them, because good preparation can give you more joy and experience. I realized that it doesn't work for me anymore to just go to convention. I'm just so bored to be here. I don't know, maybe I'm actually already old. You know, it's like the similar feeling when you're going to a swimming pool onto a beach when you're a kid. You have no plan, no idea what you're gonna do. Just think this word and you just go swim to there and you're just running on to swim in there, and you can swim like all day and you always know what to do and you're always having fun. But it's so hard to have fun on the beach when you're not a child anymore. As on convention, it's so hard to have fun on them if you're not a youngster. I don't know. I realized that if I had better preparations, like ideas of posing, some references, so I can take some photos with professional photographers which will be there. If I could see who also participating on the convention and met them, take photos with them, take some footages, met someone new, have friends. And about the travel itself, like to plan more comfortable road, what I'm gonna eat, what I'm gonna stay. My last one convention to VernCon was so stressful and so uncomfortable. And I could change it. I had an ability to change it, but I hadn't because I was so lazy. It was a really very important lesson to myself. Second thing that I learned is narcissist abuse is real. Because of some experience in my life, I just started to investigate what is narcissist disorder is in psychology, which symptoms it has. And I learned so many ways of manipulations people. Long story short, narcissistic beating with our energy, and they are always provoke peoples to give them energy, and it doesn't matter which energy, positive energy, negative energy, it's the same kind of energy. Sometimes even negative energy is more pleasant to them because it can grow faster and more intensive than the positive one. And I just found out there are so many manipulative ways to just provoke you on emotions. There is so many conflicts in our world which people starting just because they want your energy. They want to make you as a supply. Well, narcissistic disorder is some kind of health injury, but anyway, we are common people. Sometimes we use the same ways to manipulate other people to provoke their on feeding us with energy. And after I learned this, I just was like, oh, so that's why he did it to me or she just wanted my energy. What a tricky way to feed yourself with myself. And to be honest, I'm really pretty often using those techniques myself. Yeah. I'm not an angelic one person too as well. And after I learned all these ways, I just realized how it is simple actually. All those conflicts are having simple base. And after you realizing it, you're just starting to be more calm and not involving yourself in conflicts anymore so quickly. Little note to myself actually. The third thing that I learned this summer: please never start something if you know that it will end. And it will actually end badly. It always happens. Sarah, you are smart enough and wise enough to avoid all of this. You don't need all these things in your life, okay? You don't need all those bad energy and bad peoples and all those emotions. No, it doesn't deserve it. It's something like a alcohol or drugs. It's just not worth it. You will high for a couple of hours, but then after party came in and stay sober. The fourth thing that I learned this summer is the present moment is the most important one. I think it has something similar with this journey thing that you should prepare to your journey. You know, I just realized that all my goals and all my dreams that I had in my life and I'm having right now, I can really easily simplify it to just, having fun and having comfort life. But sometimes when you're chasing your dreams, you are forgetting that in this present moment, you actually can be fine and comfortable too. It's not necessary to achieve something to have a better life. There is much more simpler and easier and quicker ways to make you comfortable now in this moment than to just rush up to some kind of goals that actually won't make you happier anyway. Goals and dreams, they are making your life worth living. This is true. This is really very important to have something to move to have some kind of destination point or something like this. But it's not enough anyway. And if you feel right now that it is not enough, it won't be enough even if you will achieve something. If you have something like incomplete inside of yourself, there is something that you should do now with something that you already has to heal it. Not with achieving something. It won't help. And the last thing I learned this summer, really very important one, you can actually use a paper-mache technique for a cardboard, for a thin cardboard. You can tear up the edges so they will be thinner and you can layer it and achieve a more smooth surface. Can you imagine this? It's so helpful, it's so useful. Damn, it's really very good. Yeah, that was an experience. That was a journey. Despite everything, despite all the pain and suffering I went through, I'm really very grateful for those lessons. I'm really very grateful for everything universal learned me. Yeah, I'm actually can't wait for autumn. It's my most favorite season in all year, and I wish after all these summer lessons, I will have some kind of treat and rewards. Autumn. Yeah, I wish. Anyway, the biggest reward for me is you guys. Thank you so much for 300 followers. Almost 313 or something like this. Thank you so much. Stay safe.